podcast without the cameras. I might actually do an NBA 2K podcast. Everybody, hello. We're live streaming, talking NBA 2K 25. I'm gonna be in the my court. Probably not gonna play no games, and I don't have no footage extra other than these old first week of NBA 2K that I keep using on my videos, which I'm exposing myself. I gotta stop. I got CloudyChipTv today, and the title of this video, which is crazy, is CloudyChip exposes NBA 2K. And I don't think that's true, but how I want to spin it today for the hell of it. And Cloudy, what's up, man? How we doing today, brother?
Yo, what up? What up?
We're gonna talk NBA 2K 25. I want to get your perspective on the game. There's gonna be some people coming in. Not everybody's into this. 2K 25 people hopefully don't come. And we're gonna be here all night. But just more casual gamers. Y'all welcome to ask questions, thoughts, opinions. This isn't y'all know me. I don't do like, oh, what I say is the final word. I got my opinion. I'm strong on my opinion. Just because I don't change my view doesn't mean that I don't respect other people's views, whatever they feel or think. That's what y'all feel or think. Feel free to feel free to think. But if we share our strong opinions, that's ours, and nobody should take that away from them. Same thing with anybody else. They're welcome to share their opinions. It's totally fine with me. I ain't got no problem.
An opinion.
Body's gonna share his view. And I can agree or disagree with him as well, and we're gonna kind of go back and forth. And I'm actually gonna contest opinions and give opposite opinions because I talk to so many people. I know all sides of the table. But anyway, so Cloudy, we just recorded a Cloudy, we just recorded a video kind of getting some of your perspective. I think this is why we started the stream because I started the stream because I said, you know what, that was a good take on some of the things that you're feeling and thinking with 2K. So I kind of want to start that whole thing over if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so first things first, everybody that doesn't know Cloudy Chip, he is my family, a brother to me, my best friend, also my 2K partner in crime in the recent years. He's been starting to play a little bit, and then this year he's been playing a lot. So I interviewed him and asked him about his opinions on 2K, and we're going to kind of rebuttal all of that for the stream version. I haven't put the video up, but in the stream version, Cloudy, the first question is 2K 25. Give me your impressions, what you like about the game, what you dislike. Just unload basically everything you can here about the things you enjoy with this game.
Yeah, so I would say the things that I love about the game is I love cap breakers, introduction of cap breakers. It makes me want to actually play the game every season to get those caps and to get my rep up, to be able to get those 5+, you know, get to vet and then get those extra 5, and it just make the ultimate build where I can just have fun and not feel restrictive. You know, a lot of times in the past years, you've had to make decisions on like, I'm gonna have to sacrifice my defense for shooting, or you know what, I'm gonna be able to dunk all day, but my shooting is gonna take a little bit of a hit if I want to be able to at least be contributing defensively. So you just have to take hits on one way or another. You were taking a hit somewhere, right? And now I feel like with the cap breakers allows you to, you still take hits, but it allows you to at least make your builds around accepting those caps that allow you to elevate to a different level of enjoyment with the game as far as gameplay is concerned, right? So that the whole city, it's way better. Everything's right there. You don't have to go. You don't have to get lost in it. I hate the fact that I was like, listen, bro, if I wanted to play an open world game, bro, I'll just go play Assassin's Creed and get lost in the world, bro. I don't need to get lost.
February 14th.
I don't need to get lost in no 2K, bro, when I'm just trying to get games in. The last thing I want to say, especially me as a man that works and I'm married, last thing I want to do is have to spend like countless time just running around the city just to go to the theater, and then I don't want the theater, let me go to the rec, and it's only on the other side, and it's like all this crap, bro. And then they give you a skateboard at that. You might as well let me walk it. And at this point, now at least they give you a go-kart in the seasons. They give you all this extra stuff. So they give you like cars, they give you all this stuff that allow you to get around it a little easier. They made it very just up and like very straightforward. So everything's right there, right? And you don't have to travel too much to find all this stuff. If I wanted to buy clothes, I just go right quick, boom, go to the shop, boom, and grab the stuff I need and just keep it stepping. I hate having to spend so much time having to run around the city to do all that. So that's a plus. Those two things are big pluses for me, and that's partially why I love the game a lot this year. Also steadier servers, so the servers ain't kicking me every 5 seconds. Me and Mag used to have this issue where every single time he'd be like, "Yo, but I joined you." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't see you." And it's like, "Oh, I gotta try to send me another invite," and we'll have to do this all day, bro. To the point is like, "Yo, just close app." I closed the app, it still didn't work. We both closed app at the same time. We both load up, and it was like, "Yo, I still don't see you." And then finally it works. Then we get a match. Finally, 10 years later, and it just for us to play one game, it took us like 30 plus minutes, bro. It was ridiculous how it was back in the day. Now servers are a lot more steady. Usually when he invites me, I'm in there, and there's usually barely any hiccups. Once in a blue, we run into one, but pretty, with the game's loading up so fast nowadays, it's not painful, right? So love that about the game a lot, actually. So having steady servers has made it way more enjoyable, and I actually like the whole aspect of the shooting. So the rhythm shooting is really great. People want to sit here and talk about RNG. I think it's perfectly fine. They can find ways to perfect it a little bit better. I think it'll be fine. But for what it is right now, I think it's fine. The thing is, the problem we used to run into back in the days is, and I kept going off with Mag about this. You used to have a guy that is a shooting build. He dribbles all day from Limitless, from the logo, and greening everything. Do 1,001 dribbles, and finally he throws up a shot from fucking the logo, and he makes it 10 times in a row. Not even Steph Curry shooting that 10 times in a row, and he's the greatest shooter in the NBA. So what makes it okay for 2K to allow that to be a thing, right? So I'm okay with the way it is now, and I don't like that type of play. I don't give a damn about that type of play. People want to get mad about it. Listen, grow up or delete the damn game, bro. Delete that game and go play fucking Pokemon, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but that's not basketball to me, and that's not enjoyable, and that's not fun. Steph Curry slide the whole damn time and shooting from fucking half court and greening everything.
All right, hold on. Let me pause you right there, bro. This is the thing. There's people who completely opposite of what you just said. In their view, that's what's fun.
That's not fun, bro. That's not even basketball.
How can you say somebody's wrong about what they like?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying to go play Pokemon, bro, if you don't like the game.
Oh, man.
Like, that's it, bro. Go play. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
But what if next year everybody's shooting from half court every play, the way you're saying? What if they say, you know what, we're gonna give you guys
they have to allow adrenaline to take a huge part in that. That means if you're gonna dribble, if you're gonna be shooting from half court, your adrenaline has to take a hit, bro, and your shot's gonna get fluctuated dramatically based on adrenaline, because you shouldn't be doing a Curry slide over here, doing all these dribbles and shooting from the logo and making it 10 times in a row. That is not good basketball. That is fake basketball to me. That's not even fun to me to even have to play up against that. So, and I don't even, and me, never mind playing up against it, I don't even want to be the one playing like that, because that's not fun to me.
But hold on. Pause. For everybody listening, by the way, I am Mag. Hold on, Cloudy. Hold on.
From the fucking logo, bro.
Hold on. Let me just clarify a couple things. Cloudy, everybody, I am Mag Gamer. This is my voice, and Cloudy's not a representation of my opinion on this topic. Also, I do agree with a lot of what he's saying, first of all, but I do understand people have, like I said, different tastes. So he likes spicy food. The other person likes, this or that. Everybody has their taste. And my thing with you, Cloudy, right now, I'm trying to ask you, like, what if someone does want that and they enjoy that and they feel that is good? And let's say 2K does that next year.
No, they
How
shouldn't
would you?
do that. They should have a mode strictly for that. Like, here, you can go play over here. If not, go play Pokemon. You know, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like a quarterback shouldn't be able to throw 50-yard passes every game and get away with it. That's just the
Why not?
reality, bro.
If your defense sucks,
I understand
I think that's a different topic because
the
50
defense-
yards ain't that bad.
well, you know what I mean. Like, they shouldn't be able to, you know, kick the ball from the freaking from the center, and not have wind affected, not have all these other aspects, defense affected. Just be able to just kick like if nobody's even around. Like if the court, like if everybody's at home eating popcorn, and you're there by yourself with a ball kicking it, and nothing gets affected, not even the wind affected your shot. It's ridiculous, bro. I honestly don't like that type of play, bro. I don't feel like that's good. That's not good basketball. That's not good football. None of that, bro. Something should affect something. Your stamina should affect your shot. Defense, depending on how good they're playing against you, should affect that as well. This whole meta crap that they got going on right now with the pick and roll is a huge, like, they defense should outweigh offense every time. And if the fact that you have a big man that's sitting there setting screens the whole game, and I have a 90 agility, 92 ball speed with ball speed, and I can't slip through these picks, and I'm struggling to slip through these picks, and I'm a lock build, and I'm getting clamped every single time. If I don't get clamped the first time, I get clamped the second time, and it's like, and I'm fighting these screens, and the brick wall's winning way more than my slips. And it's not a user error. It's just the way the game is made. They need to fix that, because it shouldn't be, they shouldn't get away with that. They should be playing good basketball, and they shouldn't be able to slide their feet and not get away with without getting called on illegal screens 60-80% of the time. Once in a blue, they'll call illegal screen, but half the time these guys are sliding their feet and nothing's getting called. So it's ridiculous, bro. Like, they have to fix that, and that's one of the issues.
Let's pause this for a second. Somebody asked if you were drunk. Hey, take it easy. Take it easy. So look. First of all, he is very passionate about what he's saying, and there's a lot of truth in it. The point is, of my view as the host of this show, and you guys ever, to people that are on Twitter watching, for example, if you on my other gaming basketball channel, when we do spaces and we talk, I invite everybody to speak. Sometimes it starts fights, but people are speaking. The one person disagrees with the other guy. It gets into a sudden, we gotta mute everybody, and it becomes a drama show. But the truth is, it's good because the community needs to understand each other. The community gotta understand that there's a point to what Cloudy's saying. Then there's a point, or dribblehead like me that used to play ISO heavy and just want to break everybody's ankles. I can break ankles now, but I have to work at it. Compared to back then, it was a lot easier. You could really clip, and people used to fall all over the place. It was pretty drastic back in the day. And now he's saying that's not realistic, and he doesn't like that. He wants realistic ball, but there's a certain balance. And this is where, Cloudy, I'm gonna give you the floor in a minute, but here's my biggest perspective from seeing everybody's views and talking to everybody. My biggest issue is that somebody like you will say, "Oh, I want it realistic," right? And then the other guy's like, "I want it arcadey. This is stupid. Basketball game sucks." But the truth is, both sides don't realize what they're asking for, because the issue is, if you want it realistic, 99% of what we see right now in 2K won't happen. And if it was arcadey, it would not happen either. It would come into NBA Jams or NBA Streets again. And there's nothing wrong with NBA Streets and NBA Jams. Those are fun games. Those are arcadey games, though. But we never got a realistic game where, for example, the ball right now, there's a lot of animations where you're dribbling and you kind of bump somebody. The physics of the ball isn't fully, truly like a realistic basketball game. Yeah. There are times you can bump through people's bodies. People get mad if they get the ball body stolen, bump steals. Well, guess what? That's physics. And that's where these conversations, there's very deep layers. I've studied 2K's design, then I studied everybody's opinion. Like I said, I spent hundreds of hours talking to all these people publicly and privately. Everybody got their opinions. Oh, I want it realistic. Another person's like, I want it arcadey. And then it's like, dude, it's very tough for the developers to do what you're saying, full realistic, and then it's tough for them to go full arcade because then it's not 2K
No,
anymore.
so I don't want full realistic. It's not like I don't want the game to feel sluggish.
Yeah, but where's the balance? Because all of a sudden you take it away for somebody else.
What I'm talking about is for the most part is shooting. Like a person shouldn't be shooting 10 greens in a row from the logo. With doing like 10,000 dribbles and getting away with it. That's not realistic to me. And I don't even care if he makes 3 of them and his percentage is like even 50%. I'm okay with 50% because I know he'll miss one. But to make 10 in a row to play like that is ridiculous, bro. And that's not fun for nobody, bro. Not the person doing it. Maybe they like it because they feel like there's cheesers out there and there's trolls, and trolls love that crap. I don't like any of that, bro. So it's like you gotta make it a little bit more realistic when it comes to that aspect. But I don't want the game to feel slow. I want the game to be evenly matched. So as far as like the whole pick and roll, like certain metas that are in the game need to get toned down a little bit because it's just making people, it's limiting people on the creativity they can have on their builds. Meaning that we see almost the same kind of builds on, especially when the more higher level play you play, it's the almost all running the same lineup or the same builds. There's no creativity in the builds. So why?
Yeah, that's a deep topic. But let's stop right there for a second.
Why like that's what I'm saying. So
let's stop right there.
Figure that out.
Yeah. Talking about build diversity, I think this is more of a community issue. It's not the developers, because there's a lot of dope ass builds out there. The problem is people like me spent 300 hours when the game first came out the first week, spending 200 hours in 1 week doing 1,000 builds and testing them to see, oh, this build works better, this type of steel rating works better, oh, this dunk works better, it's more effective when you do this. And I'm testing all this, and I'm just a regular creator. I don't even bother to put up all my tests. I just make a couple videos, but I'm doing all that. Then 2K Labs, 2K Toots is putting out the statistics of this badge get you this much, blah blah blah. A 94 rating is gonna allow you to do this, and then we putting out all this information as a community, and then everybody is unoriginal, creative, and they don't have any type of like, oh, I'm gonna make my own style. There are people out there, don't get me twisted, but people are not like, oh, I'm gonna make my own style. Even myself, I always make my own style, but it's in what I like. I like to be able to be a playmaker for my team. I like to be able to score, whether it's dunks or threes. That's been me since the 90s. That's not changing. But I do meta it up when it comes to finding out the right statistics. And this is a problem. And this is a problem for us. I do make crazy builds. Y'all see every year I'll make the shortest player, and then I'll make another full slasher, no shooting at all, guard. I make silly stuff. I made a point center. Those are my favorites. There's a lot of builds I'll make that are not really like, oh, this is the meta you should make. But the problem is I do make a meta every year automatically. And we are part of the problem. We gotta admit it. And Cloudy, you're part of the problem. You got how many builds?
I'm working on a 5th.
Hey, all right, so and I don't remember all of them, but I can tell you that some of those are meta because I'm the one to help you make them. And there's a lot of meta in there. Meaning like the most powerful, effective rating that we can get. By the way, all the footage y'all watching is from the first week of 2K. So it was literally, I need to get me a new highlight reel, man. But so Cloudy, you're using all meta. Not all of it. Your lockdown is like top player meta that you use. And you're really good with that build, by the way. And then what else did you make? I don't remember. Oh, the ISO one that I made. Oh, that's one of the best builds in the game. It can do everything. It's not great at everything. Like it's not like a 99 anything, but it's solid everywhere. It could play D, it could shoot, it could dunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while you're criticizing it, I haven't seen you make like a unique build.
What I'm saying is they have to make the the defensive aspect, especially of slipping a pick, more effective. Because right now,
Bro, you're still stuck on the pick, but we're talking about the meta builds.
I'm no, that's a problem because you have the meta builds that are out there, especially centers that have legendary brick wall. You're struggling to even get around them, and they should also put a timer on, like, so if you hold that pick and you're holding me back on that brick wall because you have legend on, right? Once after like 2 seconds, if you hold it like for 3 seconds or more, it becomes a foul at that point.
You just gave me the idea. Yo, shout out to Mike Wayne. Shout out to Zach Zimmerman, Chris Manning, all the people who has come to my things for the past 2 years or a couple years, and always reply to me also on Twitter for the most part. If y'all watching now or if you watch this later, I know that sometimes people tag y'all in my stuff, but here's what I got to say. Mike, Cloudy Chip is a casual that I'm bringing in to have a discussion about his perspective. This is a very true topic that we've had for years. It used to be worse, so we give you props because the vacuum, I could be 3 feet away standing still. If a center set a pick back then, it'll suck you in. So I remember those years. Now it's not as bad, but it still can be worked on. And I think Cloudy just gave me the best idea. I'm gonna tweet this, and it's basically, if I'm setting a pick and I'm a center, I have to automatically drain more energy than anybody. No matter what, my energy gets lower faster than everybody because I'm trying to hold a weird angle. I'm able to flop. First of all, they never flop. When sometimes you set a pick, somebody pushes you so hard, you could flop, get a foul, or just flop. And then secondly, make it so that like people can push through. Once your stamina is low, you lose your adrenalines, and you basically, that pick is extremely ineffective. So lowering every stat on the player once their stamina starts dropping, just like in real life, in our games where when we don't have stamina, we can't steal, or we can't do this, we can't do that. Do that for the pick, but to the extreme sense, and that could be what Cloudy, he just gave me the idea for, to make it more effective. And I'm going to share this with the devs, don't worry, but I just want to say it in the stream. While I agree with you there, Cloudy, I do think that the pick has to be the most effective thing in the game. I know this is going to be, from an ISO player like me, sounds crazy, guys, but I agree with this pick being the strongest thing in the game, because in real life, the pick is the strongest thing in the game, and it's the most effective tool. It's for years, and it's always going to be that. It's going to be, unless they create a new basketball game that you don't have to dribble or do something crazy, kick the ball. Right now, that's the most effective. So
yeah, but
I agree with you, Cloudy.
I like the idea, bro. And the adrenaline and the energy being spent on holding picks.
Yeah, no, if I'm holding the pick and you're bumping me at all once, then my adrenaline drops a lot. I mean, my adrenaline drops already, and then my stamina drops very, very fast. Because the way the stamina works is if I have a 99,
and you lose those, you only get 3 bars
attributes
of adrenaline.
That's adrenaline.
Yeah, so you drop an adrenaline every single time you get bumped hard, and then
no. But look, this is the idea. The idea is that just like when you lose your adrenaline, you lose attributes for defense and this and that. Do that same thing for the strength, because strength is the factor here. If I have a 99 strength and I'm setting a pick on you, and you have like a 70 strength, you're gonna lose more stamina than me. That's just the way the game is working, which is good. But for the pick, you're standing straight and you're like imbalanced. I've never seen somebody flop on a pick. Nobody flops, even if it's like a 5'9" guard who has no strength. He won't flop most of the time. They'll just try to set it, and it sucks. It's a bad pick, but it's not flopping. And I feel like they can do that as well to punish some people. Do certain things like that can help. But it's just an idea. Like I said, this is pretty good. See, casuals giving me ideas, man. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. What else you got for us, Cloudy? Share your opinion, man. We out here. You're sharing your perspective as a
post. Being able to counter that post, that you got these builds that are like MVP and they're trash players at the end of the day, and all they got is a 99 post control or 87 post control, and all they do all game, bro, especially in ones. All they do all game is just back the guy down, flick it here, and then if they fail, they fumble a little bit, they pick it up. They didn't pick up the ball, they still dribbling, They keep doing that for 24 seconds until they get close to the inside of the thing and then do a standing dunk. And a standing dunk is at a freaking 95 and you can't stop it. And it's like, and no matter how, like, mind you, I have a lock build that has a 95. I have like a 92 strength, and even with my high strength, I can't even stop them. So you have to make a build that literally strictly just for, like, you have to make a build that has strong interior, and even then you're struggling with that. It's ridiculous, bro. It's overpowered. It has to get toned down. They, like, when the person fails on the direction that they're going and they're about to fall on their face, they should be like picking up ball at that point. They shouldn't be allowed to dribble again if they failed, or give them or allow their allow them to do that only like like the adrenaline bars. Allow them to, every single time they do that move, they lose an adrenaline bar, and then after the third, losing 3 adrenaline bars is ineffective. Not allowed, and if they do it again and they fail, they end up picking up ball, like something automatic. Like something has to give, because that shit is just crazy right now, especially in ones. That has to get toned down, bro. And I know I'm not the only one saying it. Like I said, like there's a lot of people that, like, I see that type of build come in the court and I already know what the hell's going on. I'm like, oh, here we go again with this fucking crap. And it's like, it takes no skill, bro. It takes no skill to do this crap. It's,
yo, man, what you mean? It takes a lot of skill.
A lot of skill, bro. Dude, a freaking 5-year-old can play like that.
All right, so let's talk about that for everybody that's watching. By the way, if I haven't responded to you on the stream, you're probably not popping up on my chat. Come over to YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter, every single platform. So if you come over to a specific platform, it's probably going to work better. Sometimes the chat doesn't pop up, so I apologize. I'm not ignoring you. But for what Cloudy's talking about, this is a big one, and we got to come up with an idea. The problem is this. If you make the post completely ineffective, remember, there's only so many moves that a post player can do. It's not like they got the biggest bag. Like, you know, dribblers have the biggest bag. That's just a fact. You have to dribble to score for the most part in this game, unless you're like an off-ball player. But, you know, you got off-ball players who can do all dexing. You got dribblers who got all types of dribbling moves. And then the post players, you know, they got a little shimmy. They got a little... You know, there's stuff you can do, don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, like, how do we make the drop step still be useful for those? If I'm not breaking the meta. I'm just some guy who made a build that was 7'1". I wanted to play like Shaq, or I wanted to play like, you know, these big giant post-up players. And you're telling me that I'm cheesing and that I suck and that I'm not skilled because that's what I wanted to do, then you're gonna tell the devs to kill the drop step. Now what can I do? You tell me, Cloud. If they kill the drop step,
I'm not saying to kill it, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that effective to the point that you're not even picking up ball. Even with a guy that has an over 90 strength.
Yeah,
you know, like I should be able to have you pick ball up every single time you fail with a 90. When me guarding.
What if I have high ball dribble? What if I have high dribbles and high post control?
Yeah, but their post control is at 87, and it doesn't fail. They don't lose the ball outside the rim. They don't step out. They don't. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but what is an effective thing to do?
I figured out how to counter it somewhat, but it's even with trying to counter it every single time.
You have to be perfect, and it's one flaw, one mistake is over.
You have to play perfect, bro. It's crazy how perfect you got to play against a build like that.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
But what I'm saying is that what can you do to not kill it but still make it useful? That's the question. If you want to try to bring this topic up and it's an issue that you feel needs addressed,
and then kill their stamina, so that when they do get in the post and they try doing a standing dunk, they don't even have the stamina to finish a standing dunk.
Yeah, but then now why would I make a post then?
Because you can still, if you are successful with getting the spin or getting the post, you're gonna have an easy dunk. You're gonna have easy buckets. But when you're unsuccessful and you get your stamina drained, like when you're gonna fall on your face, you should be losing stamina every single time that happens.
Yeah,
You
but
still,
what if I have high strength?
you still shouldn't be able to almost fall on your face 5-6 times, and then when you get inside the little circle underneath the rim, go up for a standing dunk like if you were fresh out the gym, like if you were fresh out the showers, bro. It's like you
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to go up like that. That's the problem. You should be struggling with that, especially when you fought for 24 seconds with your back to me. Or put a rule that it's like you only get like a certain amount of seconds with your back to the rim.
No, you know, are you talking changing the NBA rules? They use the NBA rules.
I don't know, but they gotta figure something out. They gotta figure something out, bro. That's just ridiculous. I don't care. You want it to be that effective, that's fine, but it has to be. You have to lose adrenaline and some. You have to lose stamina, good amount of stamina. Something where every time you fail and you're about to fall on your face, you shouldn't be able to almost fall on your face 5 times. Still have enough stamina to go up with that dunk, like if you just came out the showers, bro. That's the problem. Just because of your stats. Get out of here with that crap, bro.
That's all you got?
It's the same issue with the dribbling and the shooting. You should be able to dribble 1,001 times and then pull up from the logo and make 10 in a row. It's the same issue with the post. You shouldn't be almost fall on your face 7-8 times and then have enough stamina to sit there and do a standing dunk and not have that to be like you being in front of his face, not have that act like you're not even there and him fresh out the showers dunking.
Could we give 2K credit though? Like in recent years, they added this system. And by the way, NBA Live had this back in 2018, where if you bump someone, they would lose their adrenaline. Right? 2K added this now. So like when I'm playing defense, like dribblers, I make them lose their adrenaline by bumping them or counting when they go on a speed boost. I was like, okay, I made him use 1 adrenaline. I told you about this before, Cloudy. And like, okay, he used 2, at least 2 are gone. He only got 1 left. He can't go crazy dribbling and do all his moves. He's gonna be slower. He's not gonna be as effective. This is good, right? So I'm able to do that now, which you couldn't do that back in the day. So there is a battle that they created for dribbling. Now I just came up with the idea for post moves and for pick and rolls to add that to there too, so that if you win the battle and on the pick and roll you make them less effective if you kind of break through it. And then also for drop steps, if we bump them, because I'm really good with the drop step, stopping the drop step on a decent build. My one-on-one build is only 6'6", but I give those guys a hard time. It's a long, hard game for them to try to win me, because I'll make them miss, and if I get the ball, they're in trouble. And so the problem is they don't, like you're saying, they don't get penalized every single time you bump them. It's just like nothing happened. They just go back to posting up unless they pick up the ball and they lose control of it. Then that's when you get them. And that's how I would get them. I would get them at like the free throw line and make them bump, and then end up forcing them to pick up the ball. So that's what I do. But you're right. There's got to be something a little better, more effective, helpful. Feel free to share your thoughts and tips.
I'm not saying get rid of it completely, bro, but there has to be something that minimizes, affects something, so that they think they have to think about how many times they're doing it, or think about.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, but my only thing too is like, how do we do that without hurting those guys who genuinely make a dope build? That they're like, yo, I love playing like this. I used to watch, these guys play like this. It's my favorite way to play. And they're actually playing to play it. They're not playing it because it's the cheesiest exploit in 2K, which that's what some people do. And there's other people who genuinely like it. Like, for example, I'm an ISO head, so I like breaking people's ankles. It's gone. It's there, but you got to really work on those ankle breakers compared to previous years, where you'll get them so much. Every play I'll get 1 or 2. Now it's more like, once a game, maybe twice a game. I'll get real deep ankle breakers where somebody falls over. But I'm saying that to say, like, I don't want nothing in the game to feel like it's hurting. I want the defense good. I want the offense good. I want that post up to be good. Because if I get a good center that can do that, go for it. Go and post people up, get crazy. kick me the ball, I'll be waiting. Like y'all watching me in my lockdown right here, which looks like, actually that's not my lockdown, that's my one-on-one. But you know, my one-on-one, even in these clips, there's some centers in there trying to post me up, and I just body them. And it's more like I'm cool with it, but Cloudy's right. We got to find something more effective that can be a better mechanic within it. You know, everybody has their own nitpicks and things that they like. And Cloudy, you're not wrong, but you're wrong because there's somebody else that's complaining about not being able to do better posts in some kind of way somewhere out there in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, I'm fine with.
I hate them.
The mechanic. You want to keep the mechanic, it's fine. But now, you know, like I said, make the counter a little bit more reactive, and then also allow that if they fail on choosing the side that they're really gonna commit to, as far as drop stepping, they should. If they're gonna commit, they're gonna commit, and if they fumble the ball, then that's one adrenaline, like, and your stamina takes a hit. Because you have to use strength to you have to use strength and stamina to body somebody all the way into the post the whole damn game. So that's gonna take a little bit of a hit. By the time you even get to the bottom, if I did a really good job, you should be having a little bit of stamina. And you're gonna think twice whether to go up for that dunk. Because now I'm in your face, or you're not gonna make the dunk, or something has to take a hit.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think now everybody, like I said,
with it. Now I'm getting down. Now the shack is happening. Now all of a sudden I'm getting elbowed behind you, like, whoop, and now you're blowing by me and you're getting a dunk. But that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen all the time, every single time. Yeah. Just because
I think, like I said, guys, so just so everybody knows, I'm not defending the post because I actually hate it. I do play a lot of ones and I love the ones, but once I see that it's a post play, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a long, gritty ass game. I'm gonna be here for 20 minutes. If they're really good, it's gonna be a good. You know, I'll beat a person in 3 minutes in a one-on-one, or a regular player. Like if it's just a guard or something. But if you pull out a 7-footer, posting me up from the 3-point line, he's backing down. It takes him 20 seconds to get in the paint, and then right there, I just try to bump him. You know, whether we get it or not, then we go through all that. Then every play is 20 plus seconds for them to even try to score on me. But I hate it. But I also understand that, like, that needs to be in the game. That's a part of basketball. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know what the answer is. We were talking about ideas. I'm actually tweeting right now to Mike Wayne. And I'm happy to hear anybody else's perspective on what they feel or what 2K needs or doesn't need. You don't have to agree with Cloudy. You don't have to agree with me. My opinions are my own. There aren't Cloudy's. I like to also rebuttal with this other perspective of the views and stuff like that. And we had a talk. Cloudy, you didn't talk about it too much now, but we talked about it off stream about like realistic versus arcadey. Like I said, my problem is we're going to have an NBA Jam game if you let some people do it. It's going to be turned into NBA Streets. Or it'll, you know, it could be too realistic where, you know, it could also lose the fun too. So how do we balance that? How do we respect what you want, what someone else wants?
Yeah, like I said, it's a balance. Just don't make it so that is, like I said, don't make it. The arcade aspect of the game, a lot of it, I think, it has to do with speed. Like it can be sluggish, it can be slow, too sluggish. It should be reactive. It should feel smooth. It should feel reactive, and it should have a little bit of speed to the game, where you don't feel like you're like walking. Like you don't feel like the game is slowed down. It's like you have to slow your brain down. So yeah, like I said, it's almost like racing car games. Gran Turismo is very realistic, right? But then you have games that are like Need for Speed that are very fast. You cut corners a little quicker. It's more faster. It's more reactive. It's not as simulation, right? It's a little bit more arcadey. So there's a balance between the two, and I think the balance comes in speed. And for me, it comes with speed. It does, you know, I don't want this thing feeling like, sheesh, I'm playing like I have to slow my brain down in order to see what's happening or to even.
That's how some people feel it is right now. Some people feel like the dribble is too slow. The game speed is too slow. Like,
I don't feel like the dribble's too slow. I think there's certain, like, if you're really good at dribbling, if you got a player that has really high dribbles, they're really fast, bro. Especially if you understand how to burst out of certain moves. So I think a lot of it comes down to understanding the game too. So if you understand how to burst out of certain moves properly, the game is, especially when they have really good dribbles, it's not slow, bro. It's actually hard to keep up.
yo, you know what's crazy though? They gonna go to war with you right now. Though. Hopefully, Red City isn't in the chat, and some of these other guys. They really feel like it's slow. Like you just said the exact opposite that it's not. You gotta bring them in here. I'm about to.
Not when you have a guy with really high dribbles and good speed with ball, and they understand the burst mechanic of the game.
Yo, these are the best dribblers of all time in 2K. These are some of the legends in the game.
And they cook and they freaking and
no, but these are some of the legends, and they disagree with you.
And they have you skating, bro. So,
but they disagree with you on the speed. They might still be good at this game, but they say the speed's still slow. And the speed boost is still slow. Not being able to burst out of specific moves in the faster way, they want that in the game. I know you haven't been in those.
I feel like when you understand the burst, like I'm still learning it, but like me and you talked about it yesterday, is there's certain moves that have a certain timing to it and certain way, like, and not every move can be burst out of it the same exact way. Like some moves, you have to wait for a certain cue and then you can go and you can burst out of them. Not every move in the game is the same way, so you got to understand the animation that you're putting on your build.
They know, but that's what I'm saying to you. These top players know this too, and they are the ones complaining that it's too slow.
They need to change the animations and try a different one that suits their style.
It's not the animations, dude. These guys are like literally the best players in 2K.
I don't know, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Your view is not wrong. You're feeling what you're thinking from your perspective. And this is where it's very hard. There's people listening right now that are dumbasses and they don't want to respect your view. I respect it because you've been around a certain amount of time and you didn't play in like the era of 2K16, right? Like maybe you did, but you didn't play consistently at the level that you're playing now where you're like hard body on this game, right? How many hours you got?
400.
All right, so you're 400 hours in, over 1,000 games in. You basically are like, this is your 2K, you know, in the beginning of the year, it's only 2-3 months, right? How many months has it been since this game came out? 4 months? 3 months?
Came out in September, so we got September, October, November, December, 4 months. Yeah.
3 months and a half. 3 months, just say, because, but yeah, so 4 months. So in that time, this is the most you've played 2K, especially in that quick amount of time. And there's still a whole half a year, more than half a year left. And it's for everybody watching, this is his like real 2K, in my opinion, where he's like in it and he's legit. And so his perspective isn't wrong for what he's feeling or thinking. But if he played 2K16 or something, and he's seen the speed boost that you get, even last year, for example, this is what's crazy. Last year gave you a chance to hit a speed boost out of everything if you just double tapped like a hezi to the opposite side or whatever. And it lets you just speed boost quicker. This year, you can't do it in that way. There's a different method. It's still simple, but they also limit you, like you were just talking about, Cloudy, where we were talking about it yesterday. I was showing you some of the speed boosts. And the problem is, you're not wrong because this is where you're coming from. And then there's the people who've been playing and they feel like they want it like it used to be. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You're watching the NBA right now. Let's just talk about this for a second. You're watching the NBA right now. Do you remember watching it when you were younger, like late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal. That's your favorite player, right?
Yep. He used to be one of my favorite players. He's not in the NBA anymore, but yeah.
But so when he was in the NBA, what he did, post people up and then back them down and do a drop step.
Yeah, it was he would do like 1 or 2 moves and boom.
Yeah, he do his little drop step. He was a spammer. He's exactly what you hate in 2K. But you want nerfed.
No, he didn't.
That's what you just said. Yes. Go watch his game.
I watched his games.
He'll spin drop step. That's a drop step.
Yes,
drop step.
He wouldn't spend 24 seconds on the clock doing the same damn thing.
Because he only needed 5 seconds because by the time he got the ball, he was already in the post and down there in the paint. That's different. He wasn't playing 1-on-1. He was playing 5-on-5. Somebody else will bring the ball up and he'll just go down there in the post and then. So that's him, and you loved him, and that's what he did, right? But you're not asking for that for 2K. And then even in today's game, there's nobody that does that. Perfect example. So, well, there's people that do it, but not as much, and not the way Shaq did it. The whole offense, triangle offense, was ran just for Shaq to be in that post and to do that drop step. So your perspective is exactly what we're talking about, where you're looking at it from your view. You're not wrong. You feel like the speed is okay for you. And then there's somebody out there who's expecting it to be 2K16. Red City. Somebody tag him in here, man. Bring him in here. And he complained, and bro, I spent hours with this guy. You know, we go and we talk with Mike Wayne. We go and talk with Chris Manning. Talk with Chris Zimmerman, all the 2K developers on our little Twitter stuff, and he's in there, and he just keep bringing up 2K16. 2K, it's annoying actually. I hate when people do that. They stuck in the past. But he has his point about wanting that speed back. You get me?
Yeah.
But you okay with the speed, and there's nothing wrong with being okay with the speed that you're saying for you. But how do we, as a developer, if I'm the developer, how do I give you that and also give Red City or somebody who wants faster dribbles? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what they would do. Like if they speed up the game, they have to have a season where they speed it up and put it somewhat closer to what it used to be. Speed wise, keep all the mechanics, keep everything the way it is, speed it up like one of the seasons, and then see how people are reacting to it. If people can keep up with the gameplay and people say, oh, you know what, it's a little bit better, or something doesn't feel too overpowered and it's not spammy and it's not overpowered, then they can say, okay, we can kind of keep it there, maybe adjust it a little bit and then play with it that way. But it's very hard to do that, or do it behind closed doors and see how it feels. And then if it's more reactive, it feels more fluid because you up the speed, feels more reactive, feels more fluid, then you say, okay, you know what, like we can kind of keep it this way because the defense is not getting broken down like dramatically, that people are still kind of keeping up and people can play the game normal, and still be competitive. So the only way to do that is to test it, speeding up the game a little bit and seeing how behind closed doors how people are feeling about it. Say, you know what, like, oh, this feels a little bit better now that you sped it up a little bit. It feels a little bit more reactive, feels a little bit more fluid. This is, we're keeping all the same mechanics, we're not changing anything. What we're doing is speeding up.
But see, let me pause you right there, because the problem, you keep saying keep the same mechanics. The problem with people that have the different view is that they don't want to keep the same mechanics. They want the mechanics that they used to love, or the faster speed boost out of everything type of play, where you didn't have to work at it or time it differently. Oh, for the hezzy, I gotta time it this way, or for the behind the back, I gotta wait until the ball's on the floor, or wait until it gets in my hand, or this and that. All those little details, they don't want that. They want it the old way. And that's one of my.
So they want to be able to have the ball mid-air and be able to do a curry slide. The ball's not even in their hand. The ball hasn't even touched the ground. It's in mid-air. It's floating in mid-air, but they could do a curry slide. That's what they want. Get the hell out of here, bro. No.
Well, hold on. So that's my point. Thank you. But thank you.
Bro.
But thank you for what you're saying, because this is where the problem is. The problem is that they have their view and what they want, and then you're saying,
tell them if they can do a curry slide with the ball mid-air in real life, they can sit there and make it seem like the ball's floating and it floats to their hand, fucking almost 5 feet out. If they can do that in real life, then we'll put it in the game. But guess what? Nobody's doing that in real life. Not even a professional, bro.
Yeah,
it's not realistic, and it's not even about being realistic. It's just not attainable. A person that's defending you needs to be able to read certain things about your offense. But if I can't even read your offense because you have this, because it's based on like whenever you flick your damn thing, as opposed to like when you have the ball in your hand at a certain point, you can burst out of it or you can do a certain slide. The combo system needs to be reactive based on where the ball's at. So if the ball's in your hand, you can because it's still somewhat floating in your hand, you can kind of still do a move. But if the ball's on the ground, I shouldn't be able to do a curry slide, or like midair, shouldn't be able to do a curry slide 5 feet out and have the ball just magically appear in my guy's hand. That's just not.
No, I got you. All right, pause right there for a second because we're gonna get back into that. But what I wanted to talk about in that sentence and in that conversation is, again, that whole debate that's been on the community's mind. What's realistic or arcadey? What is our realistic fun? Is arcadey fun? And both people have a taste that they like. Somebody want that spicy food, other like wanted the sweet food, somebody wanted salty, right? And they're not wrong for what they like. But the question starts to become, what is 2K and how do we give you that? And you were talking about mechanics, and the problem is in these mechanics, they're different. And these are new mechanics. In 15 years, they change it. This is the biggest change, Mike Wayne said. And it's true to a certain extent. And this is where you don't gotta like it, but it is changed, and it's not gonna magically revert to 10 years ago. They can work on things and figure out things that were good 10 years ago and add it, like, we're talking about. But then that conversation that you're talking about, Cloudy, is the issue where one person is saying that, yeah, I want to do that warp, that magical, like you're saying, the magic dribble. It's like a magic trick. The ball's over there, but I can warp it to my hand over here with a. So I understand that. But at the same time, can we respect that they have a point of wanting some mechanics that feel fluid in the dribbles?
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like if they were to speed it up a bit, it would make it feel like if it's responsive. I honestly just think they feel like they want more fluidity and more control in their dribble. And if that's what they want, then all they have to do is just, sometimes when you speed things up, things feel more fluid and feel more responsive as opposed to being slowed down. If they was to speed it up and do a testing and see if they sped up the game a bit, see if how that affects the person's dribble. If it affects the person's dribble in the way that they like, then they should be fine. But I think the dribble is fine. I think honestly, I just feel like they just need to. If people really want that, then it's just a matter of just having them up to speed a bit and see if it feels a little bit more responsive. And if it feels more responsive, more fluid in that aspect, then that should be fine. But there has to be a give or take. But as far as like floating mechanic ish crap, I don't feel like that's necessary. I feel like if you guys has a really good fast dribble, you're gonna be able to react faster because the ball is bouncing faster. You're lower to the ground. You're dribbling faster. Like you're gonna be able to react back and forth and do all this craziness a lot more quicker because you have really good dribble.
I got you. But again, everybody watching, I'm your host, Matt Gamer, and yeah. By the way, I'm your host, Matt Gamer here, presenting the casual player's perspective through CloudyChipTv. He's willing to come in here and share his view. He's got 400 hours this year. I don't think he's a casual no more. I think previous years he just played here and there. And again, he's a married man, an older man in his 30s. He's gets on here and there and enjoys it. This year he's got on a lot. He's played over 1,000 games. So his perspective to me is very valuable compared to just saying only us top players or a top player that's, I won championships, or somebody who's like, oh, I'm playing in the pro league, the Pro-Am league, or somebody who's like, I'm a best creator with the most subs, or, these are all valuable voices. As I always tell y'all, everybody's voice is important, and I invite everybody to come talk when we do the spaces on Twitter and all that. But getting his very isolated focus, and then also trying to share with him some perspectives from others who he hasn't heard from in our community that you guys have talked to me about, and you express these things, which I totally understand all sides to a certain extent. And then I think as a developer and say, man, how can I make people happy? And then me and Cloudy, I recorded a video and was discussing the issue about like arcadey versus realistic. Then now, if I make it all arcadey, then we lose the NBA name. It has to be NBA Streets or NBA Jams or something along those lines. And so this is kind of where 2K's in a hard place. And then everybody's suggestions doesn't think about other people's opinions, other people's feelings. And to me, that is a bigger problem. And that's where like you're so isolated from other views, you can't even sympathize with someone else's choices of like, oh, I do like this. And Cloudy's, for example, you're one of them, dude. You're telling me the dribble head is the problem, basically. Now they're gonna come after you. There's a lot of them out there, and they'll come for your neck because they want to do this. That's fun for them, and that's fun for me. I love dribbling. I haven't been that type of player as much anymore, where I'll spam dribbles and go crazy for ankle breakers, because ankle breakers aren't as hilarious as they used to be. Back in the day, people would fall into the crowd. They'll freaking do a backflip on the floor. Like, it's pretty funny back in the day. And so when you talk about it and you make it like if it's ridiculous that they're dribbling, it's offensive to us. Did you know that? You're offending us? Cancel culture about to cancel you right now? You there? Dude fell asleep on the sticks. Yo.
I'm back.
How are you back when I was asking you a question? Wow.
So I told you, I was like, yo, I'll be back. I don't think you heard me.
I did not hear you, no. I was just explaining that you're offending dribble heads by telling them they shouldn't be able to dribble, that is disrespectful to people who enjoy it, that want to, that's the fun that they play in basketball. Real life basketball or in the video game, people do dribble and they go crazy with the dribble. It's a fun part of the game. And you're telling me that it's unrealistic for somebody to dribble.
What I'm saying is that if you was to speed it up a bit, you wouldn't tell me that when you speed up something and you're able to go from fast to slow, and create tempo and manage tempo in a dribble, you're gonna tell me that doesn't affect your dribble in a positive way? Because there's a difference if you can only go so fast and then you're slow mechanic, and then you have a couple slow ones, but you have kind of almost the same tempo, right? But when you change tempo, like going really fast and then slowing it down and then bursting and doing all that, managing tempo and dribbling, that allows ankle breakers to happen. That allows people to pause real quick, not to figure out like, oh my god, did I pause here, or do I commit and try to get them? And then that tempo, managing tempo and dribbling is what affects that, right? So upping the speed a little bit might be what it is that they're missing, bro. I honestly don't feel like them going back to the old way it used to be is the answer. I think they should just figure out speed and tempo with dribbling, and once they figure that out, they allow a person that has really good dribbles to manage tempo to their liking. That's what they're gonna want, and that's what's gonna allow people who are defending them to think a little more and have to be like, okay, do I commit, do I not commit, do I step up, do I not step up, and it's gonna cause a little bit more, the person who's defending, it's gonna cause a little bit more of a mind game, which is gonna allow the person that's dribbling to have a little bit more fun and still keep the mechanics how they are and do all that, right? So as my honest opinion is like, yo, figure out a way to maybe speed it up a bit, play with tempo a little bit, and then see if that kind of gets people in a good space as far as like being okay, this feels, I can control my dribbles, I feel good about it, feels more fluid, the game feels a little bit more fluid, dribbling feels a little bit more fluid, and it feels more reactive, right? And if that's the answer, then I think that's what they need to do. But scrapping everything they did this year with dribbling and going back to the old ways is not the answer. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not the answer.
Audience still, yeah.
It's about moving. It's about moving forward in the future. We're right now. We're almost. Hopefully, in a couple of years, we'll be having the the next PS5.
This dude's drunk, guys. He's been drinking, bro.
Right. So, anyways, at the end of the day, we're moving forward with the times, bro. Technology is at an all-time high. and they have to elevate and basically fit in with that. They can go back to freaking 2K16 and think that people are gonna be like, oh my god, going back to the game. Like that's not gonna solve their issue.
Yeah.
Too much technology.
I got you.
Like if they was to do that, they're gonna have somebody that comes out with a new basketball game and ends up getting better mechanics and is gonna end up wiping them out. Like they have to keep up with the times.
Hey, listen, we gonna make a new game, 2K. Y'all better be scared. Me and the boys, man. We gonna get out there and
they're
make our own
talking
basketball
about
game.
apparently 2K and EA are linking up to make a college basketball game.
Yeah, that was an article out there about that.
Which is gonna be very
that's
interesting
it's a rumor.
EA was
It's a rumor.
was very adamant about their dribbling system when they came back out. I forgot which NBA Live I think it was. I think it was a 14. But they came out with when NBA first came back out after taking a long break, their whole campaign was their dribbling mechanic in their system.
If y'all watch like how real amazing it looks, like I remember I used to post up clips about Kyrie Irving's real life dribbles, and then you can do the exact same dribble perfectly. Like it was one of those things with live that was definitely amazing. And we'll see what happens. I think, first of all, everybody watching, I'm Mad Gamer here, aka NBA Coach M, as y'all know, on the other channel. Some of y'all watching from the Coach M channel, I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy. This is highlights of like me on a lockdown while I'm talking to Cloudy Chip. He's my brother from another mother. He's a casual 2K player. He's starting to take 2K serious this year, so that's why I'm kind of letting him vent all this out. See where his head is at. You can agree to disagree. I don't agree with everything Cloudy says because I have the perspective of understanding that there's so many different views and it's also different taste of what they're looking for in the game. Somebody wants defense, somebody wants offense, and I become more a person who just rather give the perspectives than just rage out about this is what I want. You know what I mean? And because I know that the devs have a harder job, so for me, I'd like to listen to all this and then come up with an idea on how to fix some of these things for people and share those ideas with the devs, which they have been putting a bunch of the stuff I've said in games in many years. In the past years, they've been listening to me a lot. And not just to me, but I'm sure the community has shared their also feedback about this stuff. And there's still a long way for them to go. But, you know, the truth is 2K is one of the best sellers ever. Every year, it's top 3 every year on most sold games every month, every year. So it's crazy like that. And you know, we'll see if another game comes and does some new things and something different. You know, I would say that if 2 games come along, one of them pure arcadey and another one pure realistic, then right there we'll see which game stays relevant. And then the whole debate about realistic or arcadey drama from the community can shut up. And then now we got, you know, the answer. That would be dope. Like, let's say EA Sports comes out with a Streets, and then freaking, you know, Ubisoft comes out with a realistic basketball game where you're like really out there, like, and then we'll see who wins. You know what I mean? But anyways, Cloudy, thank you for this. I just want to do a quick post. Apologies for anybody that's trying to really enjoy these long versions. We are going to do a podcast about 2K. I've been doing my NBA weekly now, basically wrapping up some news about the NBA on my channel. That's going to be the main thing for that channel. And then I'm going to do a 2K version of that, but a live stream where we just chat. Definitely going to have Cloudy back. Cloudy, if you want to share any final perspectives, whether it's 2K related or what you got going on with 2K. You know, you was thinking about making some content with 2K. You were telling me a while before. Anything you got to share?
No, right now I just feel like I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm in the process of considering maybe making content just because I put so much time into it and might as well. So I have a pretty good perspective about it. So I don't mean to offend anybody or get anybody pissed off. That's just my opinion at the end of the day.
Oh, they mad.
But I don't care, bro.
Coming for you.
At the end of the day, bro, it's my opinion. And I love the fact that people have their own perspective about things. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. It's like, if that's your perspective, hey, that's your perspective. But I'm just coming at it from a person who's finally just taking 2K a little bit more serious this year and just having a lot of fun with it and just accepting certain things and saying, you know what, like I said, like I said, with the whole VC issue is like, you know what, like once I learned to just be like, you know what, like I'm fine with I'll just go ahead and make my builds. I'll grind one build out. I'll go and I'll buy the rest of my builds and just play different types of positions and learn the game on a deeper level. Because like I said, when you're playing bigs or you're playing smalls, each position you have to play them differently, and you learn the game on a deeper level. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. That's the reason why I have so many builds. But yeah, once I accepted the whole VC thing and not, let's say not even think about the money aspect and just make my builds, buy my clothes, and just vibe out and not think about any of that, buy my boost if I need it. I've been having way more fun with the game, not, you know, without having to think about that.
Can I pause you there? By the way, for everybody that doesn't know, he's not talking about it today, but I have spent years of him playing casually. I'm telling you, 40 hours in a whole year of 2K last year or whatever. But he would complain about microtransaction. Even if we're playing freaking Call of Duty, he'll still bring it up about 2K. And so him saying he accepts it now, he's just like, whatever, I'm just playing the game to play. I'm not going to worry about complaining about it. I feel like there's a truth there. Of course, the best thing to do is not spend no money on something you don't support. So if you're saying, oh, this is like scummy, then you don't pay for it, and then you can make them realize they need to stop. That's how you stop companies from doing stuff, when you don't buy whatever they're selling. But if you're just trying to have fun and you enjoy it, and you're like, let me buy this skin, right, this shirt, I just want to look good, I want to have fun with it, then go for it. Whatever it is, you pay for your movie, you pay for your music, you pay for this, you know, those are entertainment value. And I agree with him on that. And I think we all have to, you know, take a stand, whether it's like, oh, I'm not going to buy VC, I'm going to earn it in the game. Okay, that's fine. Take that stand. I'm not going to buy a bunch of clothes, spend, you know, $400 on clothes. Okay, that's good. Then don't do that. Everybody has their views on that. And I think this is we'll keep here on the podcast just talking about that alone, because y'all know my take on microtransactions in any game. I feel like no player should spend a penny they don't feel is valuable. Like, if I'm not into a game, I'm not buying your battle pass. I'm not buying no skins on that game. If I love the game and I play it a lot, maybe I will. Maybe I'll go and grab this or that. And that's a choice. But you can't complain about it and then be the one spending $1,000 a year. You know, it makes no sense. It's like, what are you talking about? You're paying for your own funeral, basically. Like, cut that out. And I think Cloudy has a good point on that. I think more so for me, as somebody who's been in 2K forever, this is my view, Cloudy. My view is, you know, I've been through my ups and downs. I boycotted 2K a bit in my time, and it was more so for my son. He was like obsessed with it, always asking for some extra money for VC. And I'm like, damn, bro, like this game, you know, I can buy you 10 pairs of shoes, man, a year with that money, you know? And, but I also kind of like, you know what? I'm having fun. I could make my build that I make, not think about it too heavily, and have a good time. And I've accepted that. And I think this conversation goes into what all the complaints Cloudy's talking about and all the compliments he's talking about. Other people might disagree, but guess what? We all have to adjust, whether you like the new dribbling system or not, whether you like the way the defense or offense's effectiveness, you have to adjust. And that's the one thing that the biggest advice I'll give. And the reason I made this today was more so just to give people perspective on somebody who's just getting deeper into the game and letting them share where they're at, what they think or they feel, you know. And Claudia, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for coming out and sharing your view.
Yeah, man, for sure. I had a good time with it, bro. I don't mind talking about this stuff, bro. Like I said, it's my opinion at the end of the day, but it's good combo because it's good to get it out in the air and just see where everybody's head is at. We can agree to disagree at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, you know? For sure. No, I feel you. I think, like I said, your view are there's a lot of sense in there, and The problem is people could make sense, but if I, you're like, oh man, but I'm telling you, this food is really good. It's nice and salty, right? And you're like, I like salty. It tastes really good. It does, but I like sweet. So how do we meet in the middle? The developers are the ones that got to deal with that. And how do you keep it relevant for them? That's where they gotta sort it out, and it's not our, problem. But we share our perspectives and our ideas. And I feel like you sparked some good stuff. I posted up 2 things, and I'll probably send it over to Zach about the post up stuff, because he's the main guy that loves posts. And Mike Wayne, I sent him the one about pick and rolls, just an idea. They already have it implemented for dribbles. If I bump you, you lose an adrenaline. Or if I win that battle, I can get your adrenaline dropped. So they should do that more often for the drop steps and for the post up stuff, so that it doesn't just become the cheese of the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And make builds that people can have fun with. Like, people avoid putting their layups all the way up because it's like ineffective half the time. So it's like, how can we kind of introduce that back without making it feel cheesy, right? So it's like, I don't know. It's a tough one, bro. A tough balance. So far, I feel like they're close. They're really close compared to most years. I feel like they're really close this year. I just feel like I just have to make a couple adjustments to some things, and then they'll be good.
You got some people pulling their hair out, by the way, with some of your commentaries, but I appreciate it. This is what we want, guys. We've had heated debates. Cloudy hasn't been there for it, but we had heated debates over and over this year, last year, every year that it comes up. Because there's a lot of different views, and I love that. And I think we need more people, and I made a video about this. It's on you. It's up to you, community, to have people who are energetic, excited, creative with the game. Because the last thing I want to do is click on a game I'm interested in, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Metal Gear, whatever game I love, and then all the videos that are on YouTube are just people complaining about something. It's like, nah, bro. Like, I need somebody to make fun, exciting content to make me excited about the games, make me enjoy them, make me want to play them. And I feel like, and this is nothing to do with Cloudy, but I feel like the community has a lot of popular people who just whine all day, and all their video is, and no disrespect, I know they're probably watching this right now, all their video is just them complaining and not even giving a solution. And they just like, it sucks, oh that sucks, and you know what, and it's like, bro, I went out to eat with some people recently, all right? I got some of the chance to basically have $140 for a restaurant, let's just say. So basically the whole meal was free, but these people are complaining the whole time as we eat. Like, they literally just, from the moment we sat down, oh, look at these cut forks, look at these spoons, and then I'm like, bro, I'm about to spend and I spent $140. I spent the whole thing in there. And I'm like, yo, it's not about the money, guys. But what the point was, I'm at the restaurant to enjoy myself. I'm not there to nitpick every little thing that they're not doing, that they're doing. The waitress, oh my God, this and that. Like, there wasn't a moment that I had that could have been enjoyable. They even try my food.
It's like you go to what is it? A nice fancy restaurant, and then you move out the hood and you end up in a nice house with tall 15-foot ceilings, and then you got that one kid in the house that's like, I want to be back in the projects. I want McDonald's, and I want, it's
no, but this really happened to me, bro. This was recently.
They want to go back to 2K16 and whatever. Is why? Because they want to go back to the projects, bro.
You taking shots? Yo, where's Red at? Where's Red at when we need him? Somebody go get Red. He's disrespectful. But nah, so the true story, I want to finish that story. But the point was, this is really important people that I love, by the way. But I took them there and they spent the time complaining about everything. And I'm just like, I'm happy I got the come up. It's like a lottery ticket when you get that much money for a restaurant. You're like, oh, I could, for free gift cards? Oh, let's go eat. Give me some lobsters and shrimps. And so I'm in there happy. and all they're doing is complaining. And now I'm sitting there like, bro, come on, man. Like, I'm trying to enjoy myself. And then it made me realize, like, sometimes we're overcritical, not to be negative or mean, but sometimes we're just overcritical, and it doesn't help someone encourage them or put a good mindset for you. And I was looking at those people, they made me realize I'm not an overcritical person, but I'm an over analytical person. And then my analyticalness can make someone feel like they're getting criticized. And I started having like a whole thing in my own head for a week. This is like been 2 weeks ago or whatever. But then I started getting in my own head like, damn, I try to encourage people and help them get perspective in life and give them views. And I do it with YouTube and my streams. But like, sometimes these people don't need that. They need to be able to be encouraged or inspired more rather than over analytical sometimes. Like, stop thinking. And that was a beautiful thing for me, because it's like I gotta unlock it for people, because I do it all the time. I free myself in different ways in life, but then some people are just over analytical, and that's where 2K suffers as a creation. If I go on YouTube, 2K's dead, 2K's oh man broken, this is whack. And like, it's like, bro, come on, let me see those cool people. And there's a guy like Cloudy that will come into it with a good energy, happy, excited, adjusting to whatever game they give him. And then maybe he'll be one of those creators who makes fun stuff that people can be inspired by and people enjoy, rather than, oh, I'm going in there to complain. Let me see his video. 2K's dead. Okay, let me comment. Yeah, this sucks, man. And so this is where the community got to find those new people. And I've been wanting to make another video about, like, who's the greatest creators right now? Who are the creative, energetic, positive people? And so that's going to be a video coming up soon. I've been preparing, I've been talking about all my videos, but I have to make a video about that specifically in the near future, because that's what I've been in my heart. But Cloudy, thank you so much for sharing your perspective. I think it's a beautiful perspective, first of all. Whether I agree or disagree about like things, whether it's defense, offense, or anything, that doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm looking at your perspective as someone fresh eyes, and you're not stained. You know, like, you know how when someone's heartbroken, you ever had somebody in your family, let's not name nobody, but they're bitter. You know, they've been heartbroken, they've been through bad relationships, and then they just bitter people about relationships.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah.
Did you answer yes or no? Because I couldn't hear you.
I said yeah.
Yeah, and those people to me, those people to me, dude, not to put them on blast, but those people to me are not healthy to have, especially if you're in a relationship and they're just like trying to barrel down on your relationship, poking little holes every chance they get about anything. And it's like, dude, calm down. No relationship's perfect. We're gonna fight through it, but it wasn't as bad as yours.
Like, why I can't cheat, bro? Why I can't cheat?
Why can't cheat?
Why can't I? Why can't I just cheat? Have my kid?
Why can't I just sleep with everybody?
Why can't I be a cheater, bro?
Yo.
Why can't I just be happy and just cheat all day, bro? But my wife can't cheat. But why can't I?
My wife can't cheat, but I should.
I want to cheat all day, bro.
I should cheat.
It's crazy, bro. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
and that's that type of thing, and it's not, and it could be your cousin, your best friend, your coworker, your brother. It's not that they're bad people. It's that they have a broken heart and a broken view of life, and then they're bringing you into their darkness, and that's an unhealthy thing, and that happens in the 2K community.
Yeah,
these
those
dudes
people need more Pokemon in their life, bro. Go play.
There was these dudes who were the top player. They were the best at the time, and then now they're not as good, or they just don't feel like it's the same game. And this happens in a lot of video games. If it's not the old game, people get mad. Oh, it ain't like it used to be. Like, duh, it's 10 years ago. It's a new game. It's a new day. So I respect new people, whether you want to call them casuals, you want to call them whatever. I respect them because they got a different perspective. They got a new look. They're adjusting to the game that's in front of them. They're not living in the past. They're not living in a dark, twisted mindset. And that's why I like sharing this. I'm gonna do more of this with different people, and we're gonna get people in here, all sides. If you're one of those bitter people, we can come in here and help you heal, bro. We're gonna go through therapy. We're gonna just do a therapy session to this joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But yo, Cloudy, good looks, man.
Sounds good, bro. I'm about to make.
Hey,
this
we're gonna be
video.
streaming.
I got
Listen,
right now, bro. I got almost a
Yo.
mil.
first of first of all, everybody that's watching on my NBA channel, I'm gonna be playing with Cloudy more now. I'm gonna set up days for me to him to play. That's how good I feel he's gotten. Now it's been more like casual whenever we can. But I'm gonna say, yo, let's
Still learning, bro.
on a Sunday, let's play, and then me and him, you're gonna see me and him go crazy out there. I'm gonna bring back the old me, and then y'all see where we go from there. But that's the plan, because I feel like he's gotten good enough to be a reliable player and to get to work out there. All right.
Yeah, man.
Anything else, Cloudy? We're gonna shut the stream down.
No, that's it. I think we're good, bro. I said my piece.
We only had like 80 plus
Don't
people.
worry, bro. I wanted to. I wanted to leave the projects, bro. I didn't want rats and cockroaches in my food, bro.
My food.
You know,
I don't want to have to eat a plastic burger from McDonald's.
People want that, bro. People still want the. You know what I'm saying? They still want roaches.
Bro,
cereal boxes.
honestly,
bro.
this is a different topic. Yo, that topic I was telling you about the restaurant, it really happened, and it was a revolution in my life. It made me humble myself to say, damn, like, people live like this every day.
Fancy burger, bro. People want that fast McDonald's, bro. It's fine.
It's crazy.
Ain't nothing wrong, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I like McDonald's.
Listen, but yeah. All right, y'all. Yo, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I see everybody showing some love. Peace. Thank you that you appreciate it. Thank you to CloudyChipTv. You'll see him on my stream, maybe on his own stream, because he does have his own channels. But you see him on my stream at some point. I'm gonna feature him as like a Cloudy Chip and Mag 2K takeover 2K type thing that we gonna do in the future, in the near future, and then we'll just run it up and have some fun with it. All right, y'all.